Welcome to the video on part 3 for the speaking exam for IELTS. It is a discussion, but there are some specifics. Part 3 is the discussion about questions connected to the topic in part 2. The questions are individual but focused on more general and abstract ideas and concepts. It is called a discussion, but you will be doing most of the talking. The examiner is just asking questions. So I can ask questions. You just did! Now, go and sit and ask yourself why you feel the need to question my authority. Anyway, remember, it's a test of the candidate's ability to speak, not the examiner's. It is also important to speak in more general and abstract terms, not about yourself, though you can draw on personal experience. You should feel free to speak at greater length than in part 1 questions, but not for minutes like in part 2. Preparation for part 3 will take more effort than parts 1 and 2 because there is no preparation time in the exam. Questions and topics are impossible to predict, and they are on less familiar and more abstract ideas. With this in mind, having a clear understanding of and an opinion on a variety of topics in English will be useful. You can develop this yourself by listening to a variety of podcasts on different aspects of life, but it's important to practice with friends and teachers as well. Remember, you're talking about general and abstract ideas, so try to avoid examples and answers that are about yourself. Similarly, as with other parts of the exam, make sure you answer the specific questions and do not wander from the topic. Answers to questions should not be overly long. A maximum of 3 examples or 3 pieces of evidence to support what you say will be enough. This is a discussion, so do not worry if you cannot communicate everything you want to. It is possible the examiner will ask for even more information on the topic, but remember to answer the questions asked. At the same time, part 3 is a discussion and you're expected to talk at length. Remember to answer questions and support with examples and evidence. But what if I don't know a lot about these different topics? I've checked it online and it can literally be anything. Well, then you can just make things up, like we talked about for part 1. Okay, let's try to put all of this advice together and try it out. Since you're already here, we'll start with you. We've been talking about a website that helps you in your work or studies, but now I'd like to ask you some more general questions related to websites. First of all, let's consider the internet. Why do some people find the internet addictive? Sometimes I think I might be addicted to the internet. Remember, don't be too personal. Sorry. I think people find the internet addictive because there are too many different games you can play and use social media and order clothes and order food and order stuff for the house and order pens and pencils and... Thank you. But I'm not finished. Oh, yes, you are. You were monologuing and you didn't really answer my question. Let band 8 to 9 have a try. Why do some people find the internet addictive? I imagine it's a combination of factors. It's available almost everywhere at any time. The content it offers is engrossing. And the real world can sometimes seem unappealing by comparison. What kind of content do you think people find the most engrossing? I think videos or blogs that make a personal connection to people. Like I said, the real world can be unappealing and making connections online can be easier. Like with our podcast, for example. That was excessive, but thank you. We hope you've enjoyed these short videos on preparation for the IELTS speaking exam parts. Now we will move on to look at the specific criteria and how they are applied.